Today I wanted to do a video with Ben because he introduced me to a very important book which was very instrumental in my life recently, and that book is called Making Yourself Indispensable. And I just want to quickly tell the story. I appreciate you coming and doing this with me today, Ben. I wanted to tell the story about I've been training for an Ironman race. It's a half Ironman doing in Geelong on this weekend, and last Saturday injured my knee, and something came from the book, which was I was actually thinking, after I got the injury, I was thinking, why did this happen to me? And I can't believe the guy pushed me. I was playing basketball. I can't believe the guy pushed me and he fouled me, and now what if I can't do the race and stuff? And then I realized that it was straight out of the book, because the book talks about this these two loops that you can do. There's the victim loop, and then you have the accountability loop. And it really made me change and think, not to think that I'm a victim, but rather what can I do now given the situation. And so it really was helpful for me, and maybe it would be helpful for you. And we're actually reading the book, our whole company at Anserata now. And so I just want to ask Ben, how did you come up with this book, and what does it mean to you in your life as well, that book?
It was presented to me it was a gift, from the company. We read it around 4 years ago, I think.
Yep.
And I was in a very different position in my life. Now I'm a leader of people.
Yeah.
But before I was just a senior developer. Mm-hmm. So it was very interesting, because even when you start reading it, it has a test.
Yeah.
And it tells you there are several aspects about do you fulfill your commitments, do you play big, that is do you just throw yourself into things, don't hold back.
Yeah.
Do you do people count on you, do you spend your time doing a lot of things with little value, or do you spend the right time on giving value, etc.
Yeah.
So that was one thing, and it was confronting. And another thing that I said, in a professional environment, it's not as blatant that we signal people. We don't point at people and say, oh, that person is the culprit of this or that.
Right.
But subtly we do it, when we talk about other teams and in that us and them mentality, when we don't take responsibility, when something, goes wrong. And we immediately get defensive, right? We immediately start looking for excuses to say, no, it wasn't me, or this happened, and then immediately putting that. So one of the things that you said when you had your basketball injury, about, well, what am I going to do about it? So any situation that you participate, that you are part of, maybe at the beginning it's not something that you created, but as soon as it touches you, you need, you're part of it, whether you want it or not.
Right.
So you have a choice, and the choice is how do you act regarding that situation, because you now have certain part of it, certain responsibility. So it's either you take action to solve it, to contribute to it, you ignore it, you wait, work around it so it doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
But the only thing that you cannot do is complain.
Right.
So this actually reduces complaints.
It's for me, it's the idea of am I just a passive object of the world, that the world can do whatever it wants to me, a victim, right? Yeah. Or do I put my imprint on everything? And maybe you can't control something I decided for me I'm going to continue and try and do this race anyway, just because I think I just want to challenge myself and see if I could. But maybe it would be something else where I wouldn't, rather than feeling a victim, I could put my imprint on this experience in a different way, maybe not complete the race, but maybe help somebody else, or reschedule it, or change. But it really started with the mindset, I think, of rather than just feeling why did this happen to me, being what can I do? And I just want to thank you for introducing that to me.
And then the company brought it again for everyone to read, so it's awesome. I really look forward to see people reading it, discussing it, starting using the lingo in the office about, you're a little bit in the victim loop, but also help each other, right? This is not about judgment. It's about, we all are here to help each other. We're on the same team. So I really look forward to seeing more and more people, being accountable, people owning everything, because that raises the bar. You start owning it, and you suddenly you need to deliver something, and you're like, well, is this really
Yeah.
what it is? Like, no, I should just either, you know, manage expectations that said, look, I need more time,
Yeah.
or you know, or do your best to deliver the best thing you can do.
Right.
So I think
Just
this is
taking
great.
action, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's raising everything, and I
Yeah.
think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even in the personal real, like for me, you know, I have little kids, and it does help me so much.
Yeah.
You know, like whenever they come to me, and you know, at the end of the day, and I'm about to snarl at them because they do something, you know, they're tired and they're like naughty or whatever.
Yeah.
And I immediately, you know, like who else would be more responsible for my kids than me, right? Like,
That's it.
so rather
Yeah.
than getting angry at them, I was like, well, if they're doing something, it's
What can I do?
definitely because of me.
Right.
So,
What's
yeah,
what's my you know
what's my role
what's
in
my
all
role in
this?
this? Yeah, and what
Yeah.
happened, and what can my role be to
Yeah,
actually do
yeah.
something about it? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
no, it's great. It's
yeah.
it's good to
Appreciate
live by that.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Ben.
No worries.
Okay.
Bye.